Tonight on DC News Now, protests on college campuses.
These protests definitely do, make me feel unsafe on campus.
Happening in the DMV.
We're demanding that the universities are transparent about their investment.
What we're hearing from students.
Temperatures are going to stay on the cooler side to wrap up the week, but we'll let you know if we'll see some warmer air this weekend.
And tonight is the night of the National Football League draft. The Commanders looking for their next quarterback. We're live with team coverage.
Music for everyone.
Check out different genres. They're all intermingled.
A new event in DC where the whole family can enjoy live outdoor music.
Plus, several cell phone carriers are promising discounts to streaming platforms. We're stretching your dollar to see if switching providers could save you cash.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall. I forgot what show it was. Well, let's keep going.
I'm Tilda McKeela in for Annalisa Gale. All right, well, 5 o'clock on the dot and happening now, Mark. George Washington and Georgetown University students joined together protesting Israel and Hamas at war.
Well, students have formed encampments on George Washington University's campus, and DC News Now's Leonard N. Fleming is on the GW University campus right now. Leonard, what can you tell us?
Well, so far, these protests have been spirited but peaceful. And these students here, they tell me they're in this for the long haul, and they want the universities to divest from investments in Israel. They say they are girding for campus police to clear their encampments and hope it doesn't turn violent. The protest encampments are on the university's U-Yard, started as early as 4:30 a.m. this morning. They say their goal is to force universities in D.C. to divest from Israel. I spoke to students on both sides to get their take on the protests happening on their campus.
And more than anything, we're demanding that the universities are transparent about their investments, that they protect pro-Palestinian students, and that they allow speech, freedom of speech.
These protests definitely do, make me feel unsafe on campus. To hear some of the rhetoric that's been spewed today at this protest.
University officials say they will clear this campus around 7 o'clock, and these students, they've told me repeatedly that they don't plan on leaving. Reporting from George Washington University, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
Leonard, thank you. And big news today in the DMV. Metro says its board of directors has passed a massive $4.8 billion budget for the next fiscal year.
Oh, it's a big deal, and it's a sigh of relief for officials and riders. The looming budget shortfall likely spelled station closures and service cuts, but the new budget comes with a cost.
DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg is outside DuPont Circle Metro Station. And Daniel, it's good that the budget got passed, but riders may not like what's happening to fares.
Tosin and Mark, the fares will be increasing from a base of $2 to $2.25, as well as those baseline flat rate weekend fares and night fares of $2, increasing to $2.25, anywhere up to $2.50, depending on the distance. Now, this all comes as Metro was facing that $750 million deficit, but then Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. all stepped up to give millions of dollars to Metro. Metro says they also found $50 million in cost efficiencies, but those fare increases will also help their bottom line. Metro says the 12.5% increase in fares is in line with inflation. Also included in the budget is a $2.3 billion to improve safety and modernize existing stations and equipment. That includes money for purchasing 256 new 8000 series rail cars, more electric buses, replacing aging bus garages, maintaining track and vehicles, and working toward a modern automated train control signaling system. Metro leaders today acknowledge the system still needs a more sustainable funding model to avoid these problems in the future. Metro's fiscal year starts July 1st. That is when the new budget takes effect and when these new fares will take effect as well. We're live in DuPont Circle. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, our thanks to Daniel. A live look at Roslyn, Virginia. Again, those clouds just hanging around, Tosin.
What did Damon call them? Variable?
Variable clouds.
Look at that. I remember it. All right, let's send things over to meteorologist Damon Matson. So, Damon, how long are these variable clouds going to linger?
I got to ask you guys. I was looking at that. It might just be me, but it looked brighter there a little bit, right?
Just a smidge.
Okay.
Just a smidge.
Okay. That's the kind of thing we're seeing today here, though. That's it. We have the clouds in the sky. At times, they lighten up. We get some of that sunshine going, potentially. But other times, like we saw most of the afternoon in the district, it's been overcast. So that's just the nature of how things have been here today. It's had an impact on our temperatures as well. We've only made it back up into the upper 50s. We have some lower 60s across northern Virginia as well, but that's all the warmer it really has been throughout the entire day, after we were just in the lower 70s out there yesterday. So what a difference just one day makes. There's that change up from 24 hours ago. Significantly colder along and east of the I-95 corridor. Not quite as drastic of a change across the Allegheny front to the west, and that's because we have some sunshine breaking out across the Allegheny fronts and the Shenandoah Valley there. So as we progress along into the evening, if you are more to the west, you're going to see more of that sunshine. More to the east, more of those clouds. Either way, though, temperatures that are already on the cool side will start to drop back down here as we head into the overnight hours, and we are looking at a rather chilly overnight once again. But thankfully, unlike earlier this week, we're not talking about a widespread threat of frost and freeze concerns. Northeastern Maryland, the only locations under a frost advisory early tomorrow morning, including Carroll County. This is where we could see those temperatures drop down toward freezing. The rest of the viewing area, though, if you were worried about that threat for frost, it's not as much of a concern as temperatures fall back down. Still chilly, though, to around 40 degrees by early tomorrow morning. Now, this chillier air, does it last as we go into this upcoming weekend? We'll have a look at your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Right now, Virginia Senators Mark Warner and Tim Kaine are turning tragedy into action. 13-year-old Lucia Bremer died in 2021. She was in her mother's arms after being shot 9 times in Henrico County. Her killer, a 14-year-old with documented mental health problems who used a loaded handgun he found in his home. To try and prevent that from happening again, Kaine and Warner have introduced a bill that would charge parents with a crime if their child gets access to their gun after they've been deemed a threat to themselves or others. They're calling it Lucia's Law.
And I think this direction of holding adults responsible when firearms get in hands of minors that shouldn't be in their hands, I think this is starting to be a national movement.
Well, the Virginia Citizens Defense League, one of the most vocal pro-Second Amendment groups in Virginia, says they are neutral on Lucia's Law.
New tonight, the first commercial vessel successfully traveled through the limited access deeper channel at the site of what was once the Francis Scott Key Bridge. This new 35-foot deep channel allows most ships to move to and from the port. It puts salvage efforts about a week ahead of schedule. Right now, there are 3 temporary channels allowing some small ships come and go. The port's main channel scheduled to reopen next month after the ship is removed, likely restoring traffic to normal.
All right, well, we finally reached day 1 of the NFL draft, with the first round happening later tonight in Detroit, Michigan.
And the Washington Commanders, Mark, currently have the 2nd overall pick. We do have live team coverage here at 5. Jake Rom is in Ashburn, Virginia, covering the Commanders camp. But first, Brandy Flores is in the studio covering prospects, even from right here in the DMV. Some will expect to hear their name called in round 1, Brandy, and this is really a lot of excitement.
Absolutely, Mark and Tosin. While we wait to see which quarterback the Commanders will select with the 2nd overall pick, the Chicago Bears have the 1st overall selection, and that pick will almost certainly be DC native Caleb Williams. Williams, who spent the past 2 years at USC, is the 2023 Heisman Trophy winner and former Gonzaga College High School grad, where he led the Eagles to a WCAC title and was named Gatorade Player of the Year. So keep an eye out for those local stars who could hear their name called this evening. Meanwhile, Washington Commanders fans closer to finding out who their team will select with that number 2 pick. And with more coverage on the Commanders, we head out to the team's facilities in Ashburn, where our Jake Rom is live all night long. Jake, we are just getting closer and closer to the start of night 1.
Yeah, Brandy, a night one that Commanders fans will never forget. Hopefully it's for the positives and not the negatives. That number 2 overall pick looming over this franchise. And in just a couple of hours, we're going to find out which quarterback they select second overall. The Commanders as a whole set up better than a lot of teams, most teams in this draft. 9 total picks, 6 in the top 100. Plenty of draft capital at their arsenal to make this a draft worth remembering. Now it all comes down to evaluating and choosing the right guys.
It's people evaluating people. So, I would love to sit here and say we're going to go 9 for 9. I hope we do. I have great confidence that we will, but there's a slight chance we won't. There's a lot to that. Having 9 picks really gives us that, where they say you have more swings or however you want to put it. So we're very fortunate to have that.
So I think Commanders fans, the Commanders franchise, and of course the media, us covering this team, are really hoping that this goes in the positive and not the negative. And it all starts with who they select at number 2 overall. Reporting here in Ashburn, Jake Rom, DC News Now.
All right, Jake Rom, thank you. Ahead of the draft, we are going to have live coverage all night long here on DC News Now from the Commanders team facilities, and all leading up to a very special NFL Draft edition of Game Night. That's tonight at 11 on WDVM.
We're still talking about the Commanders' 20 seasons, 7 Pro Bowls, 2 Super Bowl rings, and 1 gold jacket. The Washington Commanders retiring Darrell Green's number this fall. Green will become the 5th player in franchise history to have his number retired, joining Sammy Ball, Bobby Mitchell, Sonny Jurgensen, and Sean Taylor.